All right, we are live. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Night Talk. So go ahead, grab a glass of wine, and join me. Just want to check the sound like I did before, and then we will start our broadcast.
My conclusion: this monologue from Goody is full of contradictions, half truths, and ass covering. She's trying to weasel out of the consequences of once supporting Donnie's harassment campaigns. She's exposing Danny now because it's safer and more beneficial for her reputation, and OT because she's genuinely sorry or courageous.
Wow. So, if you heard a short conclusion of that 30-minute monologue that we listened to earlier this morning, or I guess it was this afternoon. Right. So it was just afternoon. And the ironic thing about it, before I ended my broadcast, it was still unavailable. After I ended my broadcast, sometime shortly thereafter, then Goody made the broadcast available. Now, can we say that's a coincidence? I mean, a person, it's her video, right? She can make it live, she can make it private, she can unlist it, she can delete it, she can do whatever she wants with that video. But I did think it was rather interesting. You know how news, maybe something traveled. I don't know. All right. So we are going to get into breaking it down with the use of artificial intelligence. And I did put it all through. I did. So let's, first of all, I don't have it up on my station head, okay? But I could put it back up. But she has it up, but I could put it back up, right? If you missed it, not to worry, okay? I think you'll get the gist of it. Because what I said about it, and I have the entire script or transcript of it, is this. Here are some of the key points that Goody makes. fear and intimidation. Repeatedly, she says that people stay silent or pretend to like Danny Robertson because they are afraid of her. Well, I have said that for some time. Tolerated, not loved, asserts that people around Danny are just tolerating her, not genuinely supporting her. Anonymous hypocrisy criticizes Danny for exposing, quote unquote, other people while staying hidden herself, saying that's unfair and a reason people resent her. Loss of support claims people like, I should have had my AI read this. Let's just say people like someone who communication, okay? Lost relevance because they align too much with drama, specifically mentioning battles with tails. Now, this is AI. Do your research, but stay anonymous. So Goody admits that Danny does her homework and is thorough, but still frames it as an issue because she herself. Hmm. Uh, on some level, let me ask this. Do we know who Goody is? Now, if you ask me, I don't know. Do we know on this platform? Because I don't want to make a mistake. Do we know who Goody is? While you are thinking about that, and let's put up this chat. That way I can see your responses. Okay. Let's make it a little larger, like that. This is fair use commentary. Are we good with the sound? Okay. Let's roll it up, then roll it down like that. So my question, before I go any further, because I really don't know, and you know what? Let me make us live on Facebook. Okay. And I could make us live on Instagram. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. Live video. Hang on. This is sort of a working. Sort of. We'll just do it real quick. We will add Instagram right now. All right, give it a second for it to connect. And we are live on Instagram, Facebook, and here on YouTube. So you have at least 3 choices. Well, you actually have 4 choices or more. You don't have to listen. you can bow out now, and you can just hang out in the bushes if you like. No, 5 choices. Or you can just decide to replay it and, communicate to me using email. All right. So it's unwinewithteddy at gmail.com. Did you hear the conclusion? If you are just now joining me, uh, let's go back.
Conclusion. This monologue from Goody is full of contradictions, half-truths, and ass-covering. She's trying to weasel out of the consequences of once supporting Donnie's harassment campaigns. She's exposing Danny now because it's safer and more beneficial for her reputation, and OT because she's genuinely sorry or courageous.
All right. So, just in case you joined me just now, that was like the final, kind of next to final conclusion. But I'm currently just going over some of the core points that Goody made in her monologue. All right. Then she warns about betrayal. She says the people Danny thinks are loyal to her are actually waiting to turn on her. In other words, look to your left and look to your right. This is AI's interpretation. I didn't add anything whatsoever to the monologue. I took it, put it in, asked some questions, and this is what came out. It's fair use commentary. It's for education, criticism, and entertainment purposes only. Then there's something else called distance from Danny. Insists multiple times that she, Goody, is just saying what others are saying, and it has nothing to do with her personally. Did you hear that part in her video? Nothing to do with her personally, but insists multiple times that she is just saying what others are saying. And then another key point, exposing is acceptable if you're public. She mentions someone like Peach McIntyre, implying it's more acceptable for someone like her to expose others because Peach shares her personal life. Okay. So, right away, major contradictions and red flags. Let's start with the first one. Quote, I don't have a problem with her versus 20 minutes of dragging her. She claims several times, this don't have nothing to do with me, but spends the entire video or this portion breaking down Danny's faults. That's a huge contradiction. 2, supports doxing by omission. While criticizing Danny's exposing, she turns around and says she gets info from the feds, whether real or fake, and shares that info. That's basically the same thing, just a little sneakier. Trust me when I say this is artificial intelligence, and the way that AI is answering or going about analyzing her entire monologue it's really fascinating. 3, quote, they're afraid of her. This is what Goody says, but also they deal with her because they can't make her leave. She said that in the video. These are different dynamics. Fear implies active terror. Tolerating someone because you can't remove them is resentment, not necessarily fear. Interesting. Different dynamics. Fear implies active terror. So I'm going to learn something here tonight as well. Tolerating someone because you can't remove them is resentment, not necessarily fear. If you listened to Goody's monologue, she did talk about people staying, but that they were afraid of Danielle. And she said, like, what she might do. And I've said that, Danielle, this is my observation. Her tactic is fear, intimidation, and control. Fear, intimidation, and control. 4, criticizes Danny for staying anonymous, but praises federal agents, she calls the feds, for doing the same. She says it's okay for feds to stay hidden, but not okay for Danny to stay hidden. This is what AI is saying with a question mark. That's inconsistent logic. 5, says I'm just being honest, but admits getting secondhand gossip. Her claims are based on what people say, meaning it's not firsthand knowledge. She even says, I'm not trying to be funny, but the tone is mocking and bitter. Mocking and bitter. Now, when I played from her monologue, you hear her voice. You hear, I said that was a receipt of what she's saying so that we could hear her story. So is this gossip? Secondhand, she says the feds. I think she refers that to someone or people who have contacted her, giving her the, let's just say, their impression of Danielle. 5. Oh, by the way, she points out several. 5 says, wait a minute, let's go on to 6. 6. Remember when Goody had my moderator on her channel and she was playing my video and mocking and, saying things, and then her and this moderator came back multiple times? I saw that as participating in the harassment. Okay. Whether you see it or not, I saw it against me. So I would say participating in the harassment before or supporting Danny while she harassed others. This is what AI said. Now she's switching sides because it's convenient. That shows opportunism, not principle. opportunism, not principle. So, what are the underlying themes? One is it seems that Goody sounds regretful. This is according to AI. She sounds like she regrets aligning with Danny in the past and now wants to distance herself. Perhaps it's fear of isolation. She realizes if she doesn't disavow Danny, she could be isolated herself. Perhaps this is why she keeps saying, "It ain't got nothing to do with me," trying to stay neutral while stirring the pot. Trying to stay neutral while stirring the pot. If you are just now joining me, I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Night Talk. It's Analyze This with Teddy and AI. Desperation to sound fair constantly says, no shade, no disrespect, but the entire video is disrespectful. She's trying to soften the blows to protect herself from retaliation. Again, if you listen to the video and what she said in the monologue, especially at the end, she does try to soften the blow. You take it like, it's no shade. It's I'm no respect, no disrespect. But the entire video is disrespectful. This is what AI is concluding. Because she's trying to soften the blow. Why? To protect herself from any retaliation. Perhaps, and this is me speaking, perhaps this is why, one of the reasons that immediately after her broadcast, she either put it on private or she made the video unavailable. It's now back up. Like I said, she made the video, she can do. But is that, or was that part of protecting herself from it getting out? And then when I talked about it, and the reason I talked about it is because what she said about the fear or people being afraid to speak up, their behavior, and tolerate what they see in Danielle. And I have talked about that in the past. Maybe because I talked about it, she decided, well, I might as well make it, public again because it's out. Okay. Projection. AI says when she talks about how people use kids for content or stay anonymous, some of that feels like projection. She doesn't want her past behavior scrutinized. Again, I put in exactly the entire 30 minutes. That's why it's taken some time, okay? To start to break it down. It's analyze this. Is it foolproof? AI is wickedly smart. says that it feels like projection. Okay. And that she doesn't want her past behavior scrutinized. Again, the conclusion.
My conclusion: this monologue from Goody is full of contradictions, half-truths, and ass-covering. She's trying to weasel out of the consequences of once supporting Donnie's harassment campaigns. She's exposing Danny now because it's safer and more beneficial for her reputation, and OT because she's genuinely sorry or courageous.
Now, I'll say this. Oh, bless her heart. I swear she's not bothered, Goody. But somehow managed a monologue longer than a church revival about a woman she claims not to care about. Fascinating. For someone who is unmoved, it's always the ones saying, I don't watch them who can quote, things about people, subtle things, like court reporters. You're not just watching, people are taking notes, right? So there's a difference between, let's say, warning someone and wearing someone's name out, like, well, I won't say. And respectfully, Goody, and I've said this sometimes, I don't know where her balance is with Danielle. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's there. What side of the fence she's on, right? But, Goody coming in like she's, well, I'll just say maybe something like announcing, I don't know, like the lottery numbers or something. Messy. She is messy, loud, and slightly, well, I don't know. At times it seemed confusing. However, this time she said that she was, basically blunt in what she was saying. She says, or I'll say this. You say Danny is scary. Mm-hmm. Scaring the people, or people are afraid. Mm-hmm. A wise woman once said, and this could go for whomever this would hit. If you have to keep reminding people you're not pressed, you probably leaving fingerprints. Okay, so Goody, fingerprints all over this file cabinet that you've been also digging through. It's giving. I'm not mad. I'm just gonna dedicate, time, and I'm bothered, and I just want people to know, it's not, they're not really afraid. They're just, concerned, and that. It's like, which is it? Because again, if you look at how she starts off, and then at the end, let me see if I have some of this transcript up. let's see. Where do I want to start? So she's talking about the feds, and I guess that's what she calls people. I think that go around, the YouTube streets. She calls them the feds. She says something about she uses their information sporadically, but even if she's ever used it or used it before, it will literally be altered, like their voices, so that people can't even relate to whom they are, because it's this sector, and it's just that, like these people get in their feelings. Okay. And then, and this is quote unquote some of it. She says something about, I don't give up, but hopefully, they'll work out. Hopefully all of this will work out, because honestly, she really don't bother nobody. Speaking of Danielle, unless they bother her. But at the same time, when she do bother, and then she uses some colorful language, she says, I don't like, but like I said, that's for me. I don't do all the Googling, and the doxing. But, when you get on her bad side, I guess that's when you have to deal with. Yeah, that's what she says. But on the other hand, at the same time, that's what the bees want. Mhm. It's all love over here. She's just merely telling the people what they want to know. Don't get mad, she says, at the messenger. Just telling you what um, it's all about. Yes, you can remember. Please remember to hit the like. You can email me at unwinewithteddy at gmail.com. Hold on for one moment. I'll be right back. Hey, baby. Whoa. Can I tell you what's on my mind? 'Cause I've been thinking about it for quite some time. Hey, can you give me a moment to declare my love? Can I tell you what's on my mind? Can I get a chance to let you know you're my heart's desire, and I love you so? You can stay right here, or will you run away if I tell you what's on my mind? I know we're more than friends, but less than lovers. This is not the end. There's much more to discover. Promise to stay. Will you promise to never leave if I tell you what's on my mind? Can I let you see the real me? Will you hang around, or will you break free? Would you break free, baby? I just need to know. Would you let me forever. Yeah. Ooh, can I tell you, baby? Can I let you know? Can I let you know? Can I tell you? Ooh, can I tell you? Can I let you know? Let you know. Can I tell you that I'm digging your skin? Can I let you know? And I'm feeling your mood. Can I tell you? Can I tell you? Can I tell you? Can I tell you? I wanna let you know. I will never leave you in the pouring rain. And no matter what we go through, love will still remain. So do what you want, baby. You and me in the sun. Know that I'll still be here when the day is done. So come a little bit closer, and I'll tell you what I feel inside. You know I'm gonna wait on you. I'm gonna wait on you. You know I'm gonna wait on you. Yes, I'm gonna wait on you. No one's gonna love you like I do. So glad that I found you. You're the missing piece, the last piece of the puzzle. I'm finally at ease. So when times are rough and the promises we made just seem so hollow and weak, and we're about to break, we have to remind ourselves, 'cause we know how we feel inside. You know I'm gonna wait on you. Ain't over till it's over. I'm gonna wait on you. I'm gonna wait until it's gone. You know I'm gonna wait on you. And the weight that's on your shoulder, I'm gonna wait there for you. So hear me when I say, no one's gonna love you like I do. Ooh. I'm gonna wait on you. I'm gonna wait on you. I'm gonna wait on you. You know I'm gonna wait on you. And the weight that's on your shoulder, yes, I'm gonna wait there for you. So hear me when I say, no one's gonna love you like I do. Okay, I'm back. And let's do this. Well, I'll leave the chat up for just a few more minutes. I was going to pull something else out. Something else. I saw Mimi, your comment. Yeah, AI does not mince words, does not mince analysis. Um, Another way to look at this, if it were summed up in one sentence, AI. Goody doesn't want Danny to be less scary. She wants Danny to be more vulnerable. It's because she has this anonymity. And she kept stressing that, which is true. If more, if the veil could be lifted, if the veil could be lifted, she said, this is what people, because of her anonymity, others that she's talking to, think it would be different. Well, I think it would be different. I would think that she would be less scary or intimidating if people knew exactly who they were dealing with. Yeah, it would be, because it's the unknown. And what AI doesn't know is the tools and things that she uses to gather information, research, and then one right after another. Okay. I simply, in this case, put in the monologue, what Goody said, okay, about the situation. But if someone is anonymous and they're doing all of this, cyber, and there's no recourse, they can't be held accountable because they can't be found so far. It would be different. It would be different. I don't think she would be, this Montana character if the veil were lifted. No, I don't think so. She's still going to be who she is, but I don't think she's going to be able to boast, like, who's going to check me, boo? Well, she would be checked all day long if people knew who she were. Yeah. Like baby Juju, I see you at the bottom. You'd be able to fight fire with fire, or at least legally know what you're dealing with exactly, whom you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's this part. Right. But I have been saying, I think it is fear, intimidation, and control. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because we have seen, again, AI doesn't know. They said fear is when there's a sense of terror. Well, if somebody comes rapping on your door, 4 or 5 times, and you sense that your privacy has been, breached on so many different levels, then it is, depending on what you've experienced, it is strategically done, I think, to intimidate, so that a person will stop. They will not pursue justice in this case. And that's why it's used. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go up and down your family tree. You're going to feel it in your real life. I'm going to, and then you see evidence of things happening. Mhm. What it looks like. It's no doubt why people feel the way that they do, because they've seen some of the things that she's capable of. But if people don't collectively, just denounce this and call it what it is, well, again, they don't want the repercussions. That's what it is. So, a speech full of what? Dressed up as a warning. She goes back and forth like she's, concerned, mocking, back and forth. Um, it is unbalanced, because so far, Daniel has been able to elude everyone, except for those who know her. And I think there are. I think there's someone, at least one person, who might know who she is. I have said that. I see you at the bottom. It's not me. Says, I can't believe people give her so much power. I've said that in the past. Like, who crowned her king or this dominance? If you listen to some of her tape, Danielle, when she goes from 0 to 100, she says, I'm Tony Montana, Danny Montana, and slams her hands down, she really believes she's this character mimicking a boss. Like, who do you think I am? Yeah, like, you should hear some of this. Yes, she is convinced. She's very confident that she can do something. And she said she has no limits. That's the kind of message that people need to hear as receipts. Because she's anonymous, right? Yeah. We don't know. And yes, Bless says, I agree, Teddy. Someone on here knows who she is. I do believe that. I definitely believe that. Yeah, I do. Okay. Now, I mean, I could have said some things a little bit more. I'm subtle with my shade. People say, "Oh, you shade," but well, you know, I'm just I'm saying what I observe, what I've experienced, and why I think the way I do about, you know, yeah. Why do people give her so much power? My answer initially to that is they've seen her own behavior, her wrath, she calls it. Yeah. And they don't want to be in the path of that wrath. So rather than to speak up around, it's to praise her, it's to endear her. Although Goody is saying they're doing it, but it's not sincere, it's not genuine. It's done to avoid her wrath, to give the appearance that they're genuinely supported. Hmm. Because how are you going to have she likes to talk about, my numbers. How are you going to have more than 15,000 subscribers, but 25, 35 people show up on Discord? How does that match up? Now, come on. Over 15,000 subscribers, and she's got 35, 40 people on Discord, maybe less sometimes. How does that work out? If they love her so much on this channel, why don't they, why can't she get a bigger group over on Discord? Hmm. And that's what I've seen, you know. Now, I've not been in the chat, but if you follow, you don't have to click on the chat or join. It just tells you that she's live and how many people. Yeah. So where are all the where are all of the all of these people? Uh, and I think that was what Goody, I guess, was trying to say. Hmm. But for me, it's really neither here nor there. They support her, Goody said, with cash apps, even if they don't really support her. Go along really. But it's a way again of just kind of staying out of the way. Mm-hmm. They're in it now, and they're stuck. Some of them. It's not me says she plays a role. She really thinks she is those cartoon characters in her head that she colors. Hmm. A lot of people side eye her. Even the pygmies that just don't or that just want to be a part of something. No, her behavior is weird and unfair. Goody said it's likened to people saying she's a stalker. Although she calls people a stalker, it's projection. I mean, if that's what she's saying. Hmm. And yet she can, pull up all the information on people, but no one knows who she is. That's that's that needs to be balanced. Mhm. Yeah. All right. So it's 11:15. I've been on for an hour, and it's a Saturday night. It is. Let me take a look here before I say good night. What do we have? 29 people. And we are live right now on Facebook and YouTube, Instagram. After an hour, it disconnects. Okay. So I think that will do it for me. How about you? Maybe if I can turn in very soon, I can have a mocha with you in the morning. Thanks to my moderators, Vicky Black and Baby Juju, for supporting this channel and the mob. That's it for me. Please hit the like on your way out. Email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. I do read my emails. Yeah. Have a peaceful night's rest. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.
Hey, it's not the same. If I close my eyes, maybe I'll feel you again. Hey, relight the flame. Draw it out with your hands. Cover every inch of my pain. I've crossed to the other side. I turn the promises into lies. Go until the morning light. Falling in your arms tonight. Strange, but it feels so right. So right, so right. I know tonight will never last. I feel how it's fading fast. Two hearts from a cloudy glass. Never last, last, last. Hey, I don't know your name. Right now you're someone filling an empty space. Hey, it's not the same. If I close my eyes, maybe I'll see you again. I've crossed to the other side. I turn my promises into lies. Go until the morning light. Falling in your arms tonight. Strange, but it feels so right. So right, so right. I know tonight will never last. I feel how it's fading fast. Two hearts from a cloudy glass. Never last, last, last. Well, until the morning light. falling in your arms tonight. Strange, but it feels so right, so right, so right. Hear my words. I've been waiting for quite some time, and I don't know if you have heard that in my world you're the light. Yeah, yeah. So buy me time. Oh, buy me time, baby. Oh, I know it's in the late hour. I've crossed the line too many times. Can I ask you for one more chance? 'Cause baby, you're on my world. I know all the times that I've let you down, but baby, you're on my world, my world. Yeah, begging you, please don't leave me out. Oh, it's true. Everybody knows how I feel now. No secret. It's all you. And even though I don't always show, you're the light. Yeah. So buy me time. Yeah, buy me time, baby. I'm still waiting in the late hours. I've crossed the line now. Too many times, but can I ask you for one more chance? 'Cause baby, you're on my world, the world. Yeah. I know all the times that I've let you down, but baby, you're on my world, my world. Ooh. I'm begging you, please don't leave me out.